Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am doing this set inspired by The Little Mermaid, which is my favorite Disney movie, and Ariel is my favorite Disney princess. So it's just something that came to my mind and I just did it. So here are the supplies that I'm going to be using. I am using my Nail House colors and I'm going to be using 3 of them. I also have a discount with them, which is Beauty X Myra 10. Everything is in the description box. But I am using the color Pina Colada, Elsa, and Seafoam. I'm also going to be using Glam and Glits Afterglow and Red Iguana Gem Gel. Also the wax pencil from them, crystal trays, and 2 different kinds of Swarovski crystals. And the brush that I'm going to be using today is from CV Nails, which is located in Los Angeles. I got it from my last time actually I think it was like the first time that I went to their shop a few years ago. But this is a number 8 and it is called CV Nail Supply. They have amazing stuff for nail supplies. It's heaven. So I am trying to start something a little different in every video that I do. Throughout each video, I will be asking you guys to comment something specific down below, and the first 3 people that comment what I asked will be getting a shout out in the next video. So for today's video, I am just going to ask you guys to comment your favorite color, and the first 3 people to comment that, I will be shouting you guys out in my next video. That is just something I want to do to kind of interact with you guys and get familiar with you guys. I want to get to know a little something about you, and sometimes they're going to be random questions, sometimes they're going to be random emojis. Just stay tuned and make sure you watch the video for upcoming questions. So as you guys already know, I absolutely love doing extra long nails. So I am using my extra long nail tips that I get off of Amazon, and everything that I'm using as always will be in the description box. So I am starting off with Afterglow, which does glow in the dark, and it is from Glam and Glits. I really like this color. It is just a plain white, but it glows in the dark, so it's very beautiful. And I'm applying it to the entire middle finger. I am doing this because I am later on going back and covering it in its entirety with Swarovski Pixies. You guys will see that later on, but as of right now, I am just covering it up with the acrylic color, and that is basically what I'm doing for the middle finger. And I know it looks funny the way I have my glove on and my gigantic nails are sticking out, but that's the way I do it, because if not, the gloves would not fit me. I already have to use a bigger size than my normal glove size because of how long my nails are, but I also have to snip the tip so they stick out, because if not, it would just be so uncomfortable wearing gloves. So that's just the way I do it, guys. Don't judge. So now I'm moving on with the pinky. Now the pinky and the pointer finger are actually going to be the same. I am grabbing that gorgeous color Seafoam. I'm applying it as an ombre, so I am starting off right below where the natural nail ends and where it supposedly meets the tip if I were doing this on a human, but since it's the practice hand, it kind of just messes it all up for explanation purposes. So I apply the color, and as it is still wet, I actually go on and apply the second color, which is Pina Colada, and I just do that starting off from the cuticle area. That is how I do my ombre. I do have deeper and longer explanations on how I do my ombres in previous videos, but just know that this is just an ombre nail. And I am not encapsulating it yet. I am actually doing all of the nails and then going over with my clear acrylic once I am done applying the color acrylic. I am now answering one of you guys' questions. You asked me how I clean my brushes. I have explained this in previous videos, but the way I clean my acrylic brushes, I use CV Nails brush cleaner. That seems to be the only brush cleaner that I absolutely love. I have tried other ones as well from different companies, and one, they're way pricier than the CV Nails one, and they have like a strong alcohol smell. I know they all contain alcohol most likely, but all of the other ones that I have used, they have such a strong alcohol smell. It's very overpowering, and right away you can tell that it's going to leave your bristles really, really dry. That's bad for not only your brush, but I mean, it's gonna ruin the whole brush. If you leave it in that too long, it will basically just mess up your brush. It will have the bristles like pointing everywhere, and it might take off the acrylic from the brush, but you're now gonna have to like reshape it into the way it was. So the CV Nails one is amazing. It smells like bubble gum. I mean, it smells really good, and I can leave it in it for like 15-20 minutes depending on how much acrylic is actually stuck on the brush, and it literally glides off, and it's amazing. I use that one daily. That is the only brush cleaner that I use. All the other ones I have purchased are just like somewhere random in my room, and I just don't use it. So I definitely recommend CV Nails. I don't think they have an online website. I have had to drive all the way to LA to go to CV Nails, so I'm not too sure if they have any online or like Instagram through DM. I'm not too sure, but they are located in Los Angeles. Any other nail questions that you guys might have, anything at all, please don't hesitate to comment down below anything, and I will try my best to answer them in upcoming videos as well. So now for the ring finger, I am covering it all up with Elsa, and this was the very first time that I have used this color since I received it, I think about a month ago, and oh my god, you guys, it is beyond gorgeous. I love glitter mixes, and this one is just so beautiful. It doesn't have any clear like sparse glitters. It's covered entirely in glitters. I know there are some glitter mixes that, I don't know, have a little bit of glitter and then a lot of clear acrylic, so then it makes it not as overpowering with glitter, if I'm explaining myself. But this one is just like glitter, blue glitter overload, and I am in love with it. It goes perfect for like this under the sea themed nail set, so I just thought it was very fitting, and I was definitely not disappointed because it is gorgeous. So it is in the color Elsa, and when I first received this, I was like, oh, I can probably do like a Frozen themed set, which would be perfect, especially with the name, but it's also very nice in this Little Mermaid one. So just saying, maybe a Frozen themed nail set will be coming right up, maybe. Okay, now that I am done with my colored acrylic application, I am going in with the clear, which is the Valentino Beauty Pure Clear Acrylic. As you guys know, I absolutely love it. For some reason, I don't know, I think it was my brush. It had gotten a lot of colored acrylic stuck on its bristles, so it was making it a little hard for me to apply this clear acrylic. It was making it look like, I don't know, gloopy, is that even a word? I don't know, but it was making it like the consistency was really weird, and it was like as I was picking up the brush, it was also picking up the clear acrylic, which never happens if your brush is clean. This brush was clean to begin with, so it was throughout the application that it did get a little bit of acrylic stuck on it. But no need to worry. I mean, it does its job. It's perfectly fine. But I do have to make sure that as soon as I am done with this, I clean the brush. That is also something that you need to do. After every single set, I clean my brush. But sometimes I do forget, I'm not going to lie, or I get too lazy and I don't do it. But it's like the longer it's on there, I think the worse your brush gets. So you guys just have to like make it a routine to maybe do it every other day, or don't leave your brushes with acrylic stuck on it for a long period of time, because I feel like it will ruin it if you leave it on there for too long. So just make it a routine. I hope you guys are enjoying the longer videos. Before I used to like forward or make them fast forward a lot of the clips, but now I am leaving it on real time for you guys, and you guys seem to like it a lot better. I know when I watch videos, it does help me a lot more seeing it in real time, so I can kind of see how long it takes them, or it helps me a lot. So now that I am done and it is all dry with the clear, I am going over it with my Young Nails Swipe and my Young Nails Lint Free Wipes. I just go over all the nails to take off any powder it might have or anything, because you do not need anything extra on it, because I am now applying the rhinestones or the Swarovski crystals. And right after I'm done with that, I'm actually going to go over it with the gel top coat. So if I leave it like that, it's actually going to look really bad if I leave any sort of dust on it, because your application can be absolutely gorgeous, but if you go over it with the gel top coat and there is dust underneath it, you will 100% be able to tell in pictures, and you definitely don't want that. It does happen to me sometimes, but I can't go back. But I'm just telling you guys to make sure you dust off everything, and this swipe by Young Nails is absolutely amazing. So just use that, or any other like alcohol or anything like that. So now I am going in with my Red Iguana Gem Gel, which is the very first time I am using it since I got it from my Nailboxy last month. It is a new product. I do not know if they are selling it already, but they kind of gave it out in the Nailboxy, I think, for us to try it, and it is amazing. I have been using different gem gels because I have so many. Like, one point I only had one, and now I have like 5 different kinds of gem gels, so I just have to use it. This was the very first time I used it, and I really like it. It gives you the chance to move everything around. Any rhinestones that you don't want in one place, you can move it, and it does not dry up until you cure it in the light. I cured it in the light for 60 seconds, and then I went in with my gel top coat. But yeah, it just basically gives you enough time to play around and put your rhinestones where you want them. So I'm using that pretty big Swarovski crystal. It is a green/blue color, and then I'm using the very small just regular Swarovski crystals, and I really like them. The green crystals are actually kind of big, so I'm only using 1 or 2 per finger, because I'm only using it in a corner. That's the way I wanted it to look. The design I liked was only like in the corner. So I applied the entire gem gel where I wanted it. I kind of like shaped it out with my brush, and then I went in with the gels. I went in with the rhinestones, and that is basically how I did it. So like I said, the pointer finger and the pointer finger and the pinky are going to be the same, so they're both going to have the same design as well. And then the way I did it with this practice hand is I did not cure any of the rhinestones up until I was done with both fingers. But if you are working on a client, I suggest you probably cure in between each nail, because you never know, your client might move a little bit, or they might like scrape the side of the table, or they might grab something and they're just gonna move all of the crystals and it's gonna mess up all your work. So I think you should just, after every nail, cure in between each one. So now I'm grabbing the pixies, and the way I do it, and I'm not too sure if I liked it 100% this time, I am using a different top coat. I always use a top coat and they stay on like a charm, but you really do need a thick, or the gel has to be a thicker consistency for the pixies to actually stay. I always use the Valentino Beauty Pure one, but I had actually ran out and I had not received it yet. It was actually coming in that day, so I did not have it with me. So I alternated to my D&D gel top coat, which is what I usually use for my practice hand, but it was too runny, you guys. I definitely recommend a thick consistency. Make sure it's very thick. This one is super runny. You can tell right away. As soon as it comes out of the bottle, it's like dripping. So that's why I felt like it was a little harder for the pixie to stick on the nail. I mean, it worked, but I'm not too sure how long it's actually gonna last on the nail. So just know that. Make sure you put a crystal tray or something, a tray underneath to catch all of the pixies, because they're obviously gonna go everywhere if you don't. You just tap on the nail and then push the corners to make it more of a crisper shape, or else it's just gonna lose its shape. And then you cure it in the light for 60 seconds. So now I'm just going over it with the top coat, and that is it from today's set. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought this set was so beautiful. I also posted it on my Instagram, which is down below in the description box. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.